How are y'all doing? It is time for your May 2025 Maine monthly reading. May 2025, man. Already almost halfway through the year. Almost. We're getting there. So I don't really have too much to babble about right now. If you are in need of a personal reading, you can find all the information on how to go about getting one right down there in the description of this video. Also, don't forget, we have added some more of our handmade crystal jewelry on my website. Most of it's handmade by my wife and my daughter, some of it by me. And as that, as things sell, we'll continue to restock. Also, for those of you catching this on time, got about a week and a half before May 1st. And on May 1st, my course, The Steps to True Healing, is going bye-bye. Okay? Now, I do have a surprise that I think some of you are going to like for the month of May as far as my courses. That's going to be fun. But, yeah, for now, the course for April has about a week and some change before it goes bye-bye. So the link is in the description. Check that out if you're interested. All right, let's jump into this. Past person. Let's see what's going on there. Person Libra dealt with in the past. If you are not here inquiring about somebody you dealt with in the past, this is not for you. Sit tight. I'll get to your situation in a minute. What's happening, man, between Libra? Libra and the person that you dealt with in the past. Let's see. Anything happening in May? Any action, communication, anything? Three of Wands. Somebody here is waiting on communication. So, waiting kind of indicates nobody communicating. Because if somebody communicates, then there's no more waiting. But here's the funny thing about this. The Three of Wands is somebody is not only waiting, but the individual waiting is actually convinced that the other person is going to come forward and reach out. Hang on, let me see what else comes through. Queen of Coins. Ace of Swords reversed, yeah. Seven of Wands. Yeah, I think this person, they don't know how to approach you. But for some reason, they are under the impression that you're going to reach out to them. They're under that impression. Why? I don't know. Now, you know what I always have to ask every time the Three of Wands comes out? Have y'all done this before? The reason why I ask that every time this card comes out is because in the Three of Wands, as you can see clearly depicted in this deck, this dude is waiting for his ships to come in. He's not wondering if his ships are coming in. His ships are coming in. He knows it. And he's standing there waiting. Right? So in this person's mind, they know you're going to come forward. Why would they be so certain that you're going to do that? Either they just got the biggest goddamn head on the planet. Of course you're going to want to reach out to me. Or you've done this before. I don't know. But with the Ace of Swords reversed, I don't really see you doing that. Oh, by the way, they may be waiting on you to reach out, but they're not waiting with open arms. I'll put it to you like that. They're waiting with their guard up, ready for battle. All right. Some of you dealing with a Leo. I also have Cancer. Leo and Cancer. That's all I got here. Oh, they're keeping a very close eye on you, too. All right, well, let's see their deepest feelings and intentions. Past person Libra dealt with. What are their truest, deepest feelings, energies, and intentions? Past person Libra dealt with. What are their truest, deepest feelings, energies, and intentions? Oh, there we go. Okay. Ace of Swords. They want to talk to you. Page of Cups reversed. Seven of Swords reversed. Okay, there's that Three of Wands again. See the dude waiting on his ships to come in? So this person feels unfinished business. It's like they are expecting you to come apologize. Now, I know there's already a bunch of you yelling at the screen right now. Apologize! I ain't got nothing to apologize for. I get it. I get it. I get it. But you know that there's some twisted ass fucking people out there. Twisted. Let me tell you a little story of somebody I met one time. This is a true story. I'm not exaggerating. I'm not bending the truth. I'm not twisting the facts. This is what they said. They cheated on their partner 11 times with 11 different people. And then they bragged about their ability to manipulate their partner into apologizing for making them cheat. The fuck? There's people out there that's sick. There's people out there that's sick. That's up on the top of the list of some of the sickest shit I've heard. That's just psychologically sick, you know? Obviously, there's worse things that can be done to a person, but just psychologically, you know? Psychologically and emotionally, that's the sickest fucking shit I've ever heard in my life. Like, what the fuck? Okay, let me pull it back in. Yeah, there's people like that out there. So I'm thinking that this person's thinking that you're going to come apologize, even when most of you, don't even have nothing to apologize for. I don't think this person even believes that they did anything wrong. Even if they did something wrong, in their mind, they're justified. In their mind, they're justified. Like if they cheated on you. They feel justified. You made them cheat. You know? Shit like that. Okay. But you know what, though? The funny thing is, with the Two of Cups reversed right here, I don't think they're trying to actually be with you. I think it would just make them feel really, 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 really good about themselves if you were running after them, chasing and begging, trying to apologize, while they reject you and turn you down. That would make them feel really good about themselves. I don't trust this person. I don't. You know what? This is kind of feeling just a little bit narcissistic. A little bit. So, okay. Let's get the advice here. What is the advice? What's the advice for Libra? What's the advice? Advice for Libra. Advice for Libra. Boom. Hey, Six of Cups, man. Look, check this out. Hold up. Boom. Hey, look, check this out. First of all, if you're wanting communication, it's going to have to be you that does it. However, if I was you, I would make as much peace with the past as you possibly can. As much as you can. I'm not telling you that you got to flip a switch, float on a cloud, shit rainbows, and heal overnight. That's not what I'm saying. That's this shit right here. This shit right here is the main reason why I made that course that I have going this month. The Steps to True Healing is for shit like this right here. Here's the thing. First of all, it's time for the next person to come in. It's time for the next soul contract. I have this funny feeling. Now, I'm not going to tell you not to talk to this person. I'm not going to tell you that. But I have this funny feeling that if you do just the right amount of healing, you will have no desire to even see this person again, let alone talk to them, if you do just the right amount of healing. So I'm telling you, it's time for the next person to come in. I'm not going to tell you to stay away from this person. Just know it's time for the next person to come in. You take that and do with it what you will. All right. Time to shift gears. Let's see what's going on with the single Libras and the person you're interested in May. Single Libras and your love interest in May. What's happening, man? Single Libras and your love interest. Ooh, the Emperor. Some of you interested in the Aries, possibly. Hang on. Let's see. Boom. Hermit. Ooh, shit. 10 of Cups, 10 of Pentacles, both reversed. 5 of Pentacles. Kind of feels like, I ain't gonna lie, man. 5 of Pentacles, 5 of Cups. What's that look like to you? Kind of looks like somebody's getting ghosted, don't it? Kind of looks like somebody getting ghosted. Communication is fucking horrible, by the way. You're either getting ghosted or just abandoning this situation altogether. Walking away. 10 of Cups, 10 of Pentacles, both reversed. Walking away. And from the looks of it, pretty damn disappointed. Damn. Okay, some of you dealing with an Aries. I also have Virgo, Leo, Taurus. Could be anybody. Those are just energies. Alright then, well, let's see how they feel about you. Let me see what this person's energy is, dude. What this person's energy look like, bruh? What are their truest, deepest feelings, energies, and intentions? What's this person's truest, deepest feelings, energies, and intentions? Ooh. 5 of Pentacles again. That's the ghosting card, by the way. I think this person has a fear of abandonment. Yep, they have a fear of abandonment and they're afraid of settling down. This person has very low self-confidence, little to no self-esteem. And this kind of feels like the type of person that would hurt you first before you get the chance to hurt them, with no evidence to prove whether or not you actually would. You know? That's just an unhealed wound from the past. They got hurt in the past, left for someone else, cheated on something, you know. And rather than heal that wound, now they're projecting that onto anybody else that they meet. So before you get the chance to abandon them, they're going to abandon you. And you know what sign does that more than any fucking other sign in the zodiac? Aries. Some of you dealing with an Aries. I know it's not all of you, but I also have Libra here. It could be a fellow Libra, but I feel like that's your energy. Okay. Yeah, it just looks like this person's still traumatized. That's what it looks like to me. All right, let's get the advice. What's the advice? What's the advice for Libra? Advice for Libra. 3 of Pentacles. Six of Pentacles reversed. Yeah, see, a situation like this is really hard to give advice for. Really hard. Because you can't prevent someone from ghosting you. You can't make someone see the fact that you aren't going to do them the way the last person did. You have no control over another person's actions and feelings at the end of the day. You know? So the only thing I'll say is this. First of all, let me ask you this. How long has this been going on? How long have you and this person been connected? How long have they been breadcrumbing you, stringing you along? Like, how long has this been going on? Because first things first. You shouldn't allow someone to string you along for very long at all. So if this has been going on for longer than a month or two, you might be wanting to think about walking away from this any fucking way. Because it shouldn't take that goddamn long. You shouldn't be letting someone string you along for 2 or 3 months, not fucking knowing where this is going. Anyways, okay? But let me just send you along with something to think about. Because I know I get this a lot in my readings. When you get ghosted, first let me preface this by saying, what do I mean when I say ghosted? Ghosted doesn't mean that we got into an argument and I blocked you. That's not me ghosting you. Ghosting you isn't when you do something to piss me off and I stop talking to you. That's not ghosting. Ghosting is when they suddenly, abruptly, and unexpectedly abandon you with no reason, no explanation, nothing even happened. We were just fucking hanging out. We just went to dinner last night and made plans for next weekend. You planned for me to come to your house and pick you up at 7:30, and then we were going to go to the fucking goddamn Olive Garden and then go watch a fucking movie. And then poof, you just disappeared. That's what I mean when I say ghosted. When somebody ghosts you, they're not who you think they are. They're not who you think they are. They're hiding something. Something. Now, we can sit and speculate all night long on what that something is, but it's something. There's something that they're hiding. They're either hiding their true motives, like maybe they have ulterior motives. They're hiding their true feelings. and intentions. Maybe they're hiding their opinion. Maybe they're hiding their love life. They got somebody else on the side. There's something that they're hiding. And they don't want to have the conversation about it, because then that will blow their facade. That'll completely blow their cover, that they've been blowing smoke up your ass, pretending to be somebody that they're not. You know, it'll just blow their cover. So, if you get ghosted, that always boils down to one point. You're not who I thought you were. Therefore, I do not need you in my life. So don't drive yourself nuts trying to figure out why you were ghosted. You were ghosted because you're dealing with a liar. That's why. You were ghosted because you're dealing with a piece of shit who's dishonest. That's it. Period. Period. Unless, I don't know, they got fucking run over by a semi and they're in the hospital in a coma. That's about the only exception. And they're in the hospital in a coma. Or maybe they got killed. Even if they got arrested and put in jail, they can still call you. Anyway. Okay. Let's see what's going on in the current long-term relationship. If you're not in a long-term relationship, this is not for you. If you are in a long-term relationship, but the two of you are not experiencing problems, this is not for you. What's happening in May between Libra and the current long-term partner? What's happening in May? What's happening in May? Ooh, Strength card. Hey, you're hanging in there. You're really hanging in there, trying to push through this, trying to make it work. But there's too many games being played. Emotional manipulation, guilt tripping, emotional immaturity, emotional unavailability. Too much of that bullshit. But you're trying to hang in there. Could be a Leo for some of you. Five of Swords reverse. Queen of Cups, though. Yeah, devil. Okay. So, I think some of you could be dealing with somebody that has some sort of addiction issue, possibly. It doesn't have to be, but that's just the way this energy manifests itself most frequently, is through addictions, drugs, alcohol, gambling, porno, food, bullshit like that. Or for some of you, the only thing keeping this together could be financial codependency, possibly. I know it's not all of you, but I know it's a good little handful of you. But with the Lover's card reversed, there's just been a permanent dent in this connection that probably ain't never going to be popped out. The connection's just not the same. So, okay. You hanging in there, though, man. That's. You know what? I'm feeling y'all are mirroring each other. I'm getting a lot of mirroring energy in here. A whole lot of it. See there? That indicates you're mirroring each other. And this also indicates mirroring each other. So, yeah, you can only mirror somebody. That energy will only sustain itself for so long. Mirroring is not... there's a time and a place for everything, but long-term sustainability, mirroring is not good. Not good. What are we going to do if we're mirroring each other? Every time I do this, you do this. When I do that, you do that. We can't work together as a team because we're mirroring each other. You see what I'm saying? All right, well, let me see this person's feelings, energies, and intentions towards you. Libra's current long-term partner. What are their truest, deepest feelings, energies, and intentions? What kind of person are they in general? What's their energy look like? Tower reversed. So they don't want this to come to an end. But they do feel like y'all are repeating a cycle. They feel like y'all are stuck loop-de-loop on repeat. They ain't trying to walk away, though. Recognize that guy right there? Again, some of you could be dealing with somebody with an addiction issue. So this is weird. Look, so they don't want this to come to an end, but they are wondering if the grass is greener on the other side. Some of you, I can't even avoid this, man. Some of y'all done dealt with somebody who cheated on you in the past, didn't you? Didn't you? I'm going to talk to y'all for a minute, okay? Now, when I say this, I'm being very specific. I don't mean you suspect it. I don't mean you were told, by this person down the grapevine. What I mean is, it's no secret. The cat's out of the bag. Infidelity happened, and we agreed to work through it and move past it. Okay? Those of you dealing with that kind of situation, if you're wondering whether or not they're still doing it, if they're not, it's only a matter of time. It's only a matter of time. Because I'm going to tell you what, right now, they would. They would if they could. And in my book, that's just as bad. It's just as bad. That's why I ain't never understood those relationships where you see somebody wanting to control their partner, constantly telling them where they can and can't go, who they can and can't talk to, who they can and can't have on their friends list on Facebook and shit. And it's like, whoa, 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 whoa. So what are you afraid of? Why are you telling them what and what not to do? Are you afraid that they're going to cheat on you? Okay, so let's dissect that a little bit more. You mean to tell me that you can lay your head down on your pillow at night and sleep peacefully all night long, knowing that the only reason your partner isn't cheating on you is because you won't let them? You mean to tell me that if your partner could get away with it, they would go cheat on you? And you want to keep them in your life? I've never been able to wrap my mind around that. Ever. Ever. That's why I can't stand, controlling shit. Like, no, you do what you want to do. I ain't never going to tell you where you can and can't go, who you can and can't talk to, what you can and can't do. You go do what you want to do, boo-boo. If you go off and fuck this up, you're not my person. I don't want you. I don't want you. My person will know how to respect a relationship. The person the universe picked for me will be loyal behind my back. I won't have to tell my fucking person how to respect this relationship. So if you don't have the common sense, the common decency to respect this relationship on your own, behind my back, without being told, you ain't my motherfucking person, bro. I don't want you. Fuck on somewhere. Let somebody else deal with your nasty ass. That's the way I see it, man. Anywho, I trailed way off there, didn't I? All right. Fucking A. I guess let's just get to the advice on this, because I don't think separation's happening. I don't think so. What's the advice for Libra, who's currently in a long-term relationship? Oh, you at a crossroads. You're at a crossroads. 2 shuffles. A 1. A 2. Seven of Pentacles. Well, I think this is just Taurus energy I'm pulling through here for Taurus season. Because, not the exact same message, but advice with a very similar premise to it has come out for a lot of people. Similar. I'm not going to tell you what and what not to do. I'm not going to tell you that. I've been given much less advice in the month of May 2025 than I've given in fucking years. The only thing I'm going to tell you is this. If you're waiting for the day that you wake up one morning and your partner thinks they have to fart, so they push real hard and accidentally pop their head out of their ass and just magically changes their ways, the likelihood that that's going to happen, very slim. Very, very slim. Very, very slim. Hey, there's going to be thousands of people that watch this video, so maybe that'll happen for one of you. And I literally mean one when I say one, of all the people that are going to watch this video. Anywhere between 10 and 20, 30,000 people, maybe that might happen for one of you. But the rest of you, this person ain't changing. They ain't changing. So you have a few different choices here. Either A, time to boot, scoot, and fucking boogie. Deuces. Later. Or you step back, release it, and say, you know what, fuck it. You are who you are. I can't change you. I fucking picked you. This is what I got. So I may as well just fucking accept it and deal with it. You can do that. Or you can make sure, now you want to call in all of your guides, ascended masters, soul family, guardian angels who align with Christ consciousness every day to put a big bubble of protection around you and wall off anybody else's energy and spend the rest of 2025 doing nothing but raising your own vibration. One of two things will happen. Either A, the two of you will become such a frequency mismatch that you'll separate by way of universal law. If you become enough of a frequency mismatch, the universe will yank the two of you apart. And ain't nothing you can do about it. Period. Or the person will see and energetically feel the disconnect between the two of you. Will feel you changing to a new frequency. And that could inspire them to let their guard down and do the same. But no matter how you slice the bread, no matter how you crumble the cookie, at the end of the day, release this person and let them do what they gonna do. You focus on you. And that's hard, dude. By the way, I just want to let you know that never do I ever intend to make any of my advice sound easy. Pisses me off when spiritual public figures do that. Oh, all you gotta do is say home and float on a cloud and la 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 la. Man, fuck that. No. This shit's hard. You want to do real motherfucking energy work? Shit's hard. Shit's hard. It ain't easy. You know? But it's got to be done at some point. So, all right, y'all. I feel like those were the messages that my Libra family needed to hear. So I'm going to go ahead and end this video here. Thanks again for tuning in and playing along. Don't forget, the information for personal readings is right down there in the description of this video. And I'm out of here now, y'all. I wish you love, luck, light, and prosperity on your journey.